Hello friends, I hope you're having a lovely autumn season. Today I'm bringing you a review of a book whose title and cover are sure to warm you up, and it's With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This artwork is so beautiful, so gorgeous, and okay, here, let me just really quick take off the dust jacket and show you how beautiful this is. I just love the warm colors. This is just one of the cutest book covers I've ever seen. So there's the dust jacket, which is gorgeous, but I've never seen the actual book part just this colorful and this gorgeous. I just had to show you. I'm always going on about the cover of books, but I low-key judge books by their cover sometimes, and this cover is just so beautiful. I just had to gush about it. Okay, moving on to the review. In this contemporary novel, you follow 17-year-old Imani Santiago as she begins her senior year of high school in Philadelphia. She lives a tough life, going to school full-time while raising her infant daughter, Emma, more frequently referred to by her nickname Baby Girl, who she had when she was just a freshman. She lives with her abuela, and on top of being a full-time student and mother, works at a fast food joint to help pay the bills and take care of her daughter. But flipping burgers is an insult to her talents because Imani is passionate about cooking, and people claim she has magic hands with an instinct for spices and an ability to add her own twist to any dish and kick it up to the next level. She dreams of working in a real kitchen and becoming a professional chef one day, but that dream seems to be just that, a dream in the face of the challenges ahead of her. She faces financial hardship, a cute transfer student named Malachi who threatens to break down the walls she has put up around her heart, and the struggle of teen motherhood, among other things that go along with growing up and discovering who you are and what you want after high school. This was a wonderful story with flowing prose and seasoned with Puerto Rican, Black, and Philly culture. There are a few things that kept me from rating it a full 5 stars, but really they're just due to my own personal reading preferences and life experiences. The first is that I'm not a mother, nor do I desire to be a mother anytime soon. I love my own mom very, very much, but the mother-daughter relationship in literature isn't one that touches my soul or anything. The second is, I think, the most relevant, and it's that I'm not great in the kitchen, nor do I like to cook. So I can't relate whatsoever to that passion, even though I do respect it absolutely, and I often reap the benefits of it for people who do like to cook. But I thought that the way people were so dramatic in this book whenever they tasted Imani's cooking and had all these flashbacks of memories, like that scene in Ratatouille or something with that food critic, was a little silly. I don't want to be mean. I don't know how else to describe it. That has just never happened to me when eating any food ever. I've had delicious food and food that reminds me of certain people or memories that make me smile, but I don't have that kind of visceral relationship with food that makes others cry with joy, apparently. And I know that the point is supposed to be that food is more than just sustenance, and feeds the soul as well as the body, but I just found those moments to be corny and unbelievable. And the third is, I'm several years past my college experience already, so the time where I could have really connected with the high school struggle is behind me. But I definitely felt some of the same fears and struggles when I was in school. It just doesn't apply to me now, so it didn't touch me quite as closely as some other readers. So all of those things are specific to me and how relatable the book was for me, but that doesn't mean I didn't still enjoy the story, which I definitely did. The narrative was laid out in a handy way, often alternating between chapters of present day and chapters of exploring Imani's past experiences that relate to events going on so that you get to know her better. She's a badass in the most honest way, just trying to get through life with her head held high. I liked the romance between Imani and Malachi a lot. They're very good together, and there's also a lesbian romance involving her best friend, which is cute as well. There are lots of different relationship dynamics between Imani and her peers, including her baby daddy, Tyrone, and adult figures in her life, such as her dad, who lives in Puerto Rico. This book was great, but I usually like to read for escapism, and this book was chock full of very real world struggles and challenges. To be honest, on its face, this kind of premise and setting is one of the most boring sounding to me, even for a contemporary. My idea of an entertaining read isn't to follow a high school student around her everyday life. I like to read to escape that kind of realism. So I've tried my best to give this book good praise because I do think it deserves it, but I'll never be excited over a book like this. I've seen this praised on YouTube, and like I was saying before, I think the dust jacket and book cover itself is beautiful, which is a big part of why I decided to read it. It just looked so beautiful sitting on the shelf, and I don't regret reading it. It was great, and you know, I would recommend this if you enjoy this kind of contemporary. And it's a credit to the author that I enjoyed it as much as I did, considering the subject matter is not very interesting to me in general. So those are kind of my rambling thoughts on this book. It was good, and I'm glad that I'm challenging myself to read more things like this. But let me know if you've ever had a flashback when eating food, more than just thinking it tasted good or having a nice little memory resurface. I want to know if that's a common thing or not. Is that something that actually happens, or is that really just the prose of the book and just really trying to paint a picture that her food is really that good? You know, it's never happened to me. Food is not that big of a deal in my life the way it might be in other people's, I guess. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.